you did mention a case where having a registered will really sped up the whole process and it completed in 30 days. So do you think this is that easy for everyone to do that claim process?
I would say, look, more than now, the process has been very easy. Well, if I'll tell you this, that the way that I have seen, even now, there is a provision which I am just telling it, that now even the office comes to your place for a will.
Mhm.
That's an generally reckon that's only one of those peculiar services where the office of sub registrar can. I know there is a small fees for them.
Okay.
By paying that extra fees, even I know, understanding the point that if it is an age old person in our family, who is basically, if I use a term, karta of the family, as in the Hindu
Yeah.
underdivided family or something like that, and he is unable to go to the sub registrar's office, let's take that example. The government has made that provision that on payment of a slight, and it's not a high fees, on payment of that fees, even the sub registrar can come to your home, get that will registered online as well. Now, I understand that uh, uh, grade A city or a grade B city would have this feature, not the C and D. But sooner or later, these things would be coming on to. This is how the state machinery is working on to. As a law person, I would just let you know that the major feature is that we need to understand that this thing comes under the power of a state government, and then how the sub registrar. So I would say, if this question would have posed to me 5 years or 7 years prior, I would have said that yes, it was a technical difficulty thing to go to the sub registrar's office, get your will registered, and other such things. But today, in India, I'll start with that particular point. Registration of will is not compulsory. Now, I'm not saying that it should be made compulsory, it should not be made compulsory. That's a secondary thing. Even an unregistered will would have an equal importance until unless there is no cross thing that okay, there are subsequent wills are also available and other such things. And that is why to secure it, you have a registration of a will. So process is there, but what is missing, the major challenges is, as I said, the standardization across institutions. So when I say bank might have it, EPFO might not have it. Then insurance might not other have it. So you have to have it. And again, it's not a rocket science. We can learn from the same thing, the KYC thing. I guess that's a beautiful model which the government brought. Whether it's in insurance, whether it's a my PF, whether it's a bank account, and so on and so forth, a KYC is compulsory. Similarly, if we have this particular thing across when it comes to our management with institutions and everything as well, with the nomination and other, I know nomination is there. We cannot, but if it is not being followed or certain thing, even then the process is proceeded ahead. So, can we make it a mandatory thing? If this is done, I guess that's something would be very easy. Then, digital interlinking is what I was reflecting on to. We have DigiLockers now. Can we have it, make it as simple as an app that it is to get a birth? No, you understand, and we have faced that time where to get a birth certificate or a death certificate, or for that matter, as simple as a domicile certificate, you need to go to file an application, take office rounds and rounds, and then also they took 30, 40, 55 odd days. Caste certificates for that matter as well. Now, today the process have been simplified. You just need to apply. Many states, they even take less than 24 hours. And that's how a citizen charter do comes into play. And these things can be an answer towards whether the process is easy or not. I understand that today digital things are there, but with apps, everybody, how UPI when it came, it was a like I am an illiterate person. Would that be today? If you see the UPI percentage, is the rank one in the world when it comes to the digital payments, and more than, it's a shocking thing that more number of illiterate people. When I say illiterate, I'm saying 12th class to be a mandate over there. It's more than 73% of what I was reading somewhere. 73% of the entire thing is done by people who are illiterate in India. And they're using UPI for that matter very successfully. So if that's the case, e-governance is what the basic word or the first word from where this pyramid originates is, and would be a answer for making it technically easy for those.